David Bromstad hit the lottery when he won the first season of HGTV's Design Star, but it wasn't just luck that got the My Lottery Dream Home host to where he's at today. Bromstad has long been out and proud, and in 2024, he became even prouder when he was named as one of the Grand Marshals of Come Out with Pride's Parade in Orlando, Florida. For Bromstad, it was a total honor. He told Watermark Out News, "It is huge to me. As someone who's been in the public eye for a long time, there's always these bucket list of things you want to be a part of, and being a Grand Marshal in Orlando's Pride Parade has always been on that list for me. Like, it's the coolest thing ever."
It's amazing. The energy, the people, the vibe, the love. Stop it. It's the best thing ever.
Bromstad explained that he'd attended several of the parades in the past, and that being surrounded by members of the LGBTQ community had always filled him with joy. He said, "I'm just looking at their faces. Everyone is so happy. There's such a passion for the community here, and to see them cheer and love everyone who's in it, around it. It's the most magical feeling. There's nothing like that on this planet." Bromstad loves to interact with his fans via social media, but in May 2025, one of his Instagram stories downright alarmed his followers. In the now-vanished photo, Bromstad looked incredibly relaxed, except, of course, for the oxygen tube running into his nose. He didn't include a caption, so his followers came to their own conclusions, concerned ones. After fans asked about his health, Bromstad shared a follow-up pic the next day, offering the camera a wink. "You guys are weird and sweet," he wrote. "I was in a hyperbaric chamber getting my cells oxygenated and yummy." While he didn't reveal whether his treatment in the hyperbaric chamber was to address a specific issue or just because, he insisted all was well on the health front. "Super healthy and thriving, my loves. I adore you all." Bromstad is about as open a celebrity as they come, but he's also managed to keep certain elements of his personal life completely private, including his relationship status. He broke with tradition during a 2025 episode of My Lottery Dream Home, though. During an exchange with a North Carolina real estate expert, Bromstad asked if there were a lot of gay people in Ballantyne, outside of Charlotte. He was told they like South End.
Yeah.
I'm moving to South End. I need a husband
I thought you
to
had
play
one.
with. Huh?
I thought you had one.
No, I've been single for like 10 years.
Well, who's Gary?
Who's Gary?
That was followed by an eruption of laughter from the show's crew. Unseen on camera, but certainly heard. Bromstad seemed to be taken aback, but then directly addressed the camera.
Gary, if you're out there.
HGTV posted the clip to its Instagram with the caption, "Balls in your court, Gary," and Gary delivered. Numerous Garys, actually.
I don't think I've received more like yum-yums from boys in my entire life.
As of late September, Bromstad was still on the lookout. But don't worry, he's opening it up to all the boy names.
Do you think you could handle all this? Yeah, good luck.
In 2025, Bromstad announced plans for a 4 years later sequel to the 2021 HGTV special, My Lottery Dream Home, David's Dream Home. My Lottery Dream Home, David's Happy Ending follows him through the process of renovating and redesigning the home.
I've spent 18 seasons of My Lottery Dream Home making my winners happy. Now, it's my turn.
As viewers of the earlier special will no doubt recall, he chose the house that he did specifically for its outdoor entertaining space and studio. He told Realtor.com, "This is the first house I've owned on my own. With all my other houses, I had a partner, so there was always a second opinion. Now I have no second opinion. It's going to be delicious, tasteful, bold, but yet really comforting. Oh, I can't wait." Unfortunately, the home experienced some serious water damage during a storm, which forced him into extensive renovations. But luckily for fans, it was all captured on camera.
Let me give you a little sneak peek. Of course, pink, duh.
David Bromstad's journey began in the tiny Minnesota town of Kakedo. Speaking with the Rage Monthly, Bromstad reflected that it was a quiet town, with a population well under 3,000, and that he resided there until moving to the Minneapolis suburb of Plymouth shortly before he turned 15.
We were farm town people. It was great. And I really loved that about the Midwest.
As a teenager, Bromstad's ambition was to become an animator for Disney to help bring the iconic studio's animated projects to life. After graduating high school, he left Minnesota to follow his dreams, attending Florida's Ringling College of Art and Design to study animation in the age where cartoons were composed of individually hand-drawn frames before computerized technology took over the industry. As often happens in life, the reality did not live up to the dream. Speaking about the tedious and time-consuming work animation requires, Bromstad reflected, "After I was there for a few months, I realized I really did not want to do animation because it was kind of boring for me. So I abandoned what literally was a dream of mine for years and years, so I was a little like, what the heck am I going to do now?" After earning a degree in illustration, David Bromstad did wind up landing a job at Disney. However, rather than work as an animator, he was hired as a visual designer tasked with beautifying Disney retail outlets. Speaking to Sarasota Scene magazine, he reflected on the gig, stating, "It wasn't that creative of work. Put those t-shirts here, move those boxes there, that kind of thing." Dissatisfied with that job, he applied for another position working as a sculptor in Disney's theme park division. After about 18 months, he became an independent contractor working with Disney's resorts and parks, while also providing his services for other Florida theme parks, including Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. Speaking with the Rage Monthly, he expressed that it was in this capacity that he finally felt he had the creative outlet he was looking for. Unfortunately, in the months after the 9/11 attacks, Disney tourism slumped. As a result, he and many other contractors were let go. Out of a job and unsure what to do next, Bromstad was thrown a lifeline when an interior designer he'd met offered the young artist a job designing children's bedrooms for model homes. With no specific instructions, Bromstad was able to once again let his expansive imagination run wild. He recalled, "The big lesson from designing so many kids' rooms? The wow factor. A kid wants to run into their bedroom and yell, 'This is the coolest bed I've ever seen.'" Transitioning between his previous job was difficult from a financial perspective, but he told the Rage Monthly he was grateful to have had access to such fulfilling work. In 2006, a designer friend encouraged Bromstad to apply for an upcoming HGTV competition series called HGTV Design Star. Reflecting on his choice to apply, he told the Rage Monthly, "I thought she was nuts, but she convinced me to apply and got on. I had no intention of winning. I didn't think of myself as an interior designer at the time, but I thought, what the hell?" To say that he made an impact during the 2006 debut season of HGTV Design Star is an understatement. Not only did Bromstad's outsized personality shine through and win the hearts of viewers, he wound up winning the competition as well. The Rising Star's victory was as much a shock to him as it was the showrunners, whom Bromstad went so far as to say only gave him a spot on the show as, quote, "their token gay guy." Regardless of how he earned his spot on the competition, Bromstad certainly didn't attempt to hide his sexuality on the series, and evidently, his skills spoke plenty for themselves.
But my talent will back up anything that my cute looks can.
Speaking with Room Fu, he gushed that HGTV has always been supportive of his desire to fully embrace his identity. He explained, "The network has always been so supportive. It's been amazing. The first gig they got me right after I won Design Star was a party I hosted for Out Magazine. That just set the tone right there. It was like, please be yourself. We love you for who you are and never want you to hide yourself." Winning the first edition of HGTV Design Star set Bromstad on a whole new path. Based on his popularity with viewers, the network hired him to host his very own show. Premiering in 2007, Color Splash followed Bromstad and his team as they revived outdated, boring spaces with his penchant for bold, colorful design. Of course, hosting a show is a big leap from competing on Design Star. Speaking with Out, he admitted that, in addition to the immense pressure of having a much more independent role in the goings-on of Color Splash, he felt at first that the hosting position was largely an audition rather than a stable job. As he put it to Design Blog, "You don't get promised a show when you win Design Star. You get a chance at a show." However, Color Splash proved to be a hit with viewers, emphasizing Bromstad's knack for bright and colorful designs. After a few seasons, he got much more comfortable on the series, and it ultimately aired until 2013, a 7-year run. By then, he was coming to terms with the newfound celebrity his job entailed. In an interview with Chicagoist, Bromstad was asked whether he'd hit the level of fame where he was recognized by viewers. He replied, "Not when I am just walking along the beach or something, but if I'm out at Home Depot or Ace Hardware or IKEA or Target or any place that has anything remotely to do with the house, I am noticed. Everyone is very positive, which I love." It seems that Bromstad was meant for a life in the public eye, as he went on to highlight the fact that he truly enjoys meeting his fans and has no gripes about hugging admirers or posing for pictures the way many other celebrities might. While Bromstad was making his transition from kids' bedroom designer to HGTV host, he was also pursuing a creative sideline as a painter. Bromstad's obvious talent as an artist, coupled with his HGTV celebrity, generated enough interest that he was tapped to showcase his first ever art exhibit during Miami's Art Basel in 2011. Titled Body, Money, Death, the 3-day exhibition was held in the lobby of the Z Ocean Hotel South Beach and featured a combination of Bromstad's recently completed paintings, along with various pieces of custom-made furniture that he designed designed. Speaking with the South Florida Sun-Sentinel, Bromstad said of his exhibition, "Everything in this show has my sense of humor and my style, but I also wanted to show another layer that viewers don't always get to see on HGTV. I want my fans, both old and new, to walk into this exhibition and smile and be entertained, and maybe giggle a bit." When it was all over, Bromstad had yet another feather in his creative cap, although he admitted to Sarasota Scene that this one was particularly challenging to earn. The process of orchestrating the exhibition was extremely tiring, and he described it as the hardest thing he's ever done. In 2015, David Bromstad made HGTV history when he was included in Out Magazine's Out 100 list. The list is an annual roster of the 100 people to make the biggest impact within the LGBTQ+ community that year, and his inclusion was particularly significant because it marked the very first time that an HGTV personality had made it on the list. That wasn't the only accolade Bromstad has received for his involvement with the LGBTQ+ community. In 2011, he was presented with the Human Rights Campaign Visibility Award, which is awarded to those in the public eye who have made strides in LGBTQ+ representation in the media.
I can't express how much I love my community.
In addition to these honors, Bromstad has also used his unique platform as an HGTV celebrity to do some good within his community. In 2011, he also partnered with Janssen Therapeutics to promote HIV awareness with their Know Yourself, Get Tested for HIV campaign. Part of that campaign relied on Bromstad's artistic abilities, which he used to create a mural that would travel through the US to present a visual portrayal of the campaign's message. Describing the piece, Bromstad told the Body Pro, "The mural will bring art into the community and will be traveling around. It's going to be an encouraging banner of awareness. I just want to be a beacon out there in the community and show people that you shouldn't be afraid. It's better to know than not know at all." After hosting Color Splash and a variety of other series and specials for HGTV, Bromstad was once again hired to host a new HGTV show with a very specific premise. My Lottery Dream Home focused on the house hunting journeys of folks whose bank accounts were bursting after having just won the lottery. In his interview with the Rage Monthly, Bromstad reflected that when he was approached about hosting the new series, he was already happy with his achievements on the network. So when he was offered a spot on a show about a new topic like real estate, he saw no reason not to take it. The show proved to be a hit with viewers, and Bromstad has been guiding lottery winners through the process of finding their ideal abodes ever since. Of course, for someone who'd gained HGTV fame for his design creativity, My Lottery Dream Home was quite a shift. He reflected to the Rage Monthly, "I had to get used to the fact that I wasn't going to get to be as creative as I usually am, so it took me a little time. I just adjusted, and now I channel all of that energy into being a great host." David Bromstad's public image generally oozes positivity. However, in 2015, his reputation was somewhat dented by a lawsuit launched by his former partner, Jeffrey Glasgow. According to In Touch Weekly, Glasgow and Bromstad were together for roughly a decade until their split in 2015. Glasgow sued Bromstad for allegedly breaching an oral cohabitation agreement involving the condo they shared. While the outlet didn't offer many details, the article reported Glasgow claimed to be, quote, "emotionally and financially devastated after David got caught up in a dark world of sex and drugs." In response, the judge presiding over the case had these initial allegations struck from the suit, prompting Glasgow to file an amended lawsuit claiming that Bromstad was devoting funds he shared with his former partner to hiring sex workers and purchasing drugs. Once again, the judge struck these allegations and dismissed the case entirely. For his part, Bromstad denied all of Glasgow's accusations, implying his embittered ex was just trying to squeeze money out of him. After years of helping others transform their abodes, David Bromstad finally moved into his very own dream house. In 2021, he sold the 2-bedroom condo that he'd called home since 2010 and purchased a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom Tudor-style home in Winter Park, Florida. Viewers watched the whole thing unfold in a special episode of My Lottery Dream Home that followed Bromstad as he toured 3 potential homes before choosing the Tudor. Ironically, for someone employed by a network specializing in home renovation, Bromstad decided on finding a place that wouldn't require any major renovations. As he told HGTV, "When I looked at this grouping of homes, I really wanted something that was move-in ready, that I didn't have to do a lot of work." The reasoning behind that decision was not that he was unable to renovate his own home, but that he might not have time to. He explained to the network that regardless of the state of the house he bought, he was always planning on altering it somehow to make it his own. For someone as creative as Bromstad, he's probably thinking of new ideas constantly, whether he likes it or not.
No, we actually get a hot tub, yeah?
However, before he picked out his new home, HGTV warned him he was going to have a hectic couple of years on the job, so it only made sense to buy something that would be at least livable in its current state for an extended period of time. In addition to his varied work on HGTV, David Bromstad has long been a prolific Instagram user, using the platform to share many details of his life with fans. In 2022, however, he slowed down his pace considerably, issuing just a handful of posts throughout the entire year. By early 2023, his account was completely silent. Then, that March, he made his first post of the year with a caption letting his followers know he was back online. After receiving a warm response from his fans upon his return, Bromstad kept things up with a steady stream of posts. He shared behind-the-scenes footage from My Lottery Dream Home, modeled a special outfit in celebration of Pride Month, and even made a celebratory post on his 50th birthday. Commemorating the occasion with a lengthy and reflective caption, he wrote in part, "It's been the most unique year of my life, and I could not be more grateful for every aspect of my existence. Learning to love myself, warts and all, has been the hardest and most beautiful process."